Kelly, and I am here today to do a way overdue update video. I want to tell you guys about where the heck I've been, why I haven't been on YouTube. No, I haven't disappeared. Yes, I'm still making YouTube videos. I've gotten a lot of questions from some of my subscribers that have been around for a while since I started the whole Kelly Universe thing. So I wanted to actually talk to you guys and even some of my new subscribers, hi new subscribers, and tell you about why there was such a long break between my videos. And I also wanted to give you guys a little more insight to my personal life. As much as I love doing giveaways and tutorials and all of that, it's kind of hard to actually get to know me through a really short video that probably has music over the top of it. So I wanted to film this video just to get a little more personal and tell you a little bit about myself and what I've been doing for this gap between the videos. I think I just spit. Yep. You guys are like friends I never knew I had, and it sounds really silly, but I actually figured this out on my last video. I started getting all these comments and responding, and I was having so much fun talking to you guys that it kind of just blew my mind that I was like, man, like these are like my friends that I never knew actually were my friends. Like, I knew that I had subscribers and people talking to me and commenting on my videos that I could talk to, but until I really started commenting back and talking to you guys, I was like, this is crazy. Like, all of these friends I never knew I had, and I've gone this whole time thinking I don't have any friends, and then I log on YouTube. It's pretty freaking cool. Like, we're like best friends. I don't know, I feel like we're like best friends. Anyways, so I'm just gonna get comfy. Yeah. I truthfully don't even know where to start with this video. I made a couple of videos in Florida, but not a ton. So I guess I'm just gonna go way back to 2012 and take you back there. So for you guys that are newer to my videos or don't know much about me, I am from Missouri. And back in 2012, I accepted a job to go and work in Florida at Disney World. That was a really awesome opportunity and totally crazy that I even got offered a job like that. Naturally, I couldn't pass it up, and we made the decision to move to Florida. Back a while ago, I posted a video called The Boyfriend Tag, and it had Jeff in it. Jeff and I made the executive decision to move down to Florida together to start my new job. I got the job offer in like April. We actually got ready to move a few weeks later. We were having like a farewell party kind of thing on May 28th, 2012, and it was Memorial Day. It was a Monday, and we had like all of our family and friends over, and they were all just kind of saying bye to us, and it was really sad but really exciting because I knew that I was starting this whole new chapter of life. Pretty much my entire family is from Missouri, and not really any of them have moved off. So I was really excited to actually go out into the world and see what it was all about and what it was like living on your own and everything like that. So anyways, back in 2012, May 28th, we were having our goodbye party and hanging out with all of our family and friends, and I was still dating Jeff, obviously. During our goodbye party, Jeff had come over to me and asked me if I would come into the other room really quick because he wanted to show me something. He told me that he had got me a present. It was a glow-in-the-dark present, which I love everything that glows in the dark, so I totally believed him. But anyways, so he told me that he got me a present, and I was like, okay, this is so awkward. But he ended up taking me downstairs, which is where my old room was, in my parents' basement, and he took me into the bathroom down there. The lights, which I am terrified. Like, biggest fear, well, I have a couple of them. One of them is butterflies and the other one is the dark, and he had me turn off all the lights, so I'm like in the dark, and he said, okay, keep your hand on the light switch, so if you get scared you can turn it on. And I was like, okay. So I had my hand on the light switch, and I turned off the light, and I heard him like rustling around, but I didn't really know what he was doing. And I'm standing there like with my hand on this light switch and nothing's happening, and I was like, okay, and I'm like staring and blinking into the dark abyss that was in front of me, trying my hardest to see this glow in the dark thing that Jeff was giving me, I guess. So I'm standing there, and I tell Jeff, I said, if this is like a big surprise and or it's going to scare me or anything, I said, you have to tell me because I really have to pee, like really bad. And I had already like been in the bathroom, turned the lights off, everything. So in order for me to go pee, I would have had to turn the lights on. So he's like, oh, it's okay, it's not anything big. And I was like, okay. And I was like, cause I really have to pee. So my hand's still on the light switch, still in the pitch black. I'm kind of like doing this and like blinking, trying to see what was going on in front of me. And I'm staring and he says, okay, he's like, oh. And he was getting so frustrated and he said, fine, just turn on the lights, it's not working. So I like flipped the switch and he was knelt down on one knee in front of me with a little ring box with a beautiful shining ring inside of it. My face was like, I was so speechless. And it was kind of funny because I always see these like proposal things and it's like the girls are like, ah, I'm like freaking out. My reaction, I was just like silenced and I was just like, couldn't speak, couldn't move. I was just in shock because I was not expecting it at all. And like Jeff and I have a pretty serious relationship and we always have. We don't spend much time apart from one another. We've always been really close and we've always just really hit it off from the beginning. So I figured he was gonna propose to me eventually. I just had no idea when. And when he told me he was giving me something that was glow in the dark, I was expecting that. So when I flipped on the lights and he was down on one knee with a freaking ring box, I freaked out, but I was like freaking out on the inside, but my body wasn't doing anything. It was the weirdest thing ever. But so he's down on one knee with this little box in his hand looking freaking adorable. And I was just frozen. I just stood there and kept standing there and stood there. And I like wanted to be like, yes, and cry and freak out, but I was in such shock. My body just wasn't functioning. And he like gets up off his knee and walks over to me and he was like, so, and like went to give me a hug and he goes, so are you gonna say yes? And I was like, yes, and I just started crying, you know, and it was really funny, but I was in such shock. And keep in mind, he does this while my entire family is upstairs and I'm down in the basement like, oh my gosh, he just proposed to me. This is crazy. Like now I'm gonna have to walk upstairs and they're all gonna see my ring and this is amazing. But I was like, I was just in crazy shock. So it was really funny. The proposal was just really funny and not like the ones that you see on TV at all. And he was like, you just didn't say anything. And I was like, I was just surprised, like so surprised. So he ended up proposing to me on May 28th of 2012. And I know that some of you guys have noticed that I wear a ring in my videos and have actually said stuff to me, but I never have formally addressed it until now. So yes, we got engaged on May 28th, 2012, so a couple of years ago. I put the ring on my finger. As we like walked up to my family, there were just a couple family members that knew that he was gonna propose to me. So like they all had their cameras ready and I was like, ugh. They all probably knew that he was surprising me, but in reality, he had only told like a couple of people. He got my mom and dad's permission, so they knew, and some other people, like our really close family. But like our non-immediate family and friends had absolutely no idea. So I walked up there and they're like, what is she doing? And I'm like crying and I'm like, ah. And I literally like walked into the room full of everybody and I just went like this and held my hand and I was like, I just like held my hand out and it was just really funny. Everybody started getting so excited and giving us hugs. It was just a really nice moment. And Jeff's reasoning behind proposing to me then was the fact that all of our friends and family were together in one place, which never happens. Our family is so spread out and they're all so busy and working totally different schedules. It's just really rare for everyone to be able to get together. And it was some of his family, some of my family, and it was just really awesome. So we got engaged. It was a really great moment. Our family was so happy for us and just really excited for us to begin this next chapter of our lives.